So here's a really important piece of the equation when you're talking about selling over the phone. You know, up to this point, it's all been about trying to get people on the phone, right? And we've spent the last, half an hour, 45 minutes talking about strategies on how to get people on the phone. That's a big struggle. Now what do you do when you got them there, right? Well, most people don't do a very good job. So we're going to try to improve on that a little bit, all right? So first, these are the things that I want you to avoid and never say, please, okay? And the reason why I want you to avoid and never say them is because this is what all amateur salespeople say. And if you want to sound like an amateur, and you want to sound like every other salesperson that calls these people, and you don't want to differentiate yourself, say what's up on this screen right now, okay? It's a surefire way to get a ton of rejection and to just put yourself into the crowd of every Joe Schmuck salesperson, okay? So things like, I'm calling to check in with you, I'm just calling to check in with you, or just wanted to touch base with you, or wanted to see if there's anything you need. That's not a horrible one, but I still think that there's a lot better ways to have an opening statement. Calling to see if you received my information. Come on, guys, please. Please don't ever do that. I mean, spend 5 minutes figuring something out better to say than that. That can never, ever be your opening, okay? Never let that be your opening. Before you have that opening, call me and I will personally help you develop an opening, okay? Before you use any of these openings, all right? I wanted to introduce my company to you. Wah, 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 wah. They don't care, okay? Like to set up a time to get together. Well, that's a little presumptuous. The problem with that is that's a little presumptuous. You call me up and say that, and I'm saying, who are you? You haven't earned my time. Seriously? And I'm a little jaded because I get a lot of sales calls. So I get inundated with salespeople calling me all the time. And any of you that have been in my office when I've taken one of those calls, I'm not a very nice guy. Okay? And I'm not because, you know, I have to be that way. And just so you know, I can relate to the person on the other end, you know, in regards to their frustration with talking to salespeople. I get crushed, and they all sound the same. And then about 1 out of 50, I'll say, I mean, just rough numbers, I mean, not very often, about 1 out of 50 will catch me with something interesting at the right time, and I'll actually talk to them. And the problem is that when I talk to them, I end up buying it. That's the problem. That's why I don't like to talk to salespeople. I'm just a natural buyer. I want to buy stuff. I don't know. I don't want to be sold, but I love to buy. So if you ever want to sell anything to me, just get through the first 5 minutes of your spiel, and if I'm still listening to you, I'm probably going to buy, okay? So that's just a note to self, all right? But these are all opening statements that I want you to avoid like the plague. Please try not to use these, okay?